Hello, I'm Mariah Raymond.
I'm Trisha Bullock.
I'm Laura Wagner.
And I'm Jordan Lumpkin.
And this hangout's going to be about the national technology standards. These standards are put into place for teachers to design, implement, and assess learning experiences to engage students and their learning experience in the classroom.
The first standard is to facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. Teachers use their knowledge of subject matter, teaching and learning, and technology to facilitate experiences that advance student learning, creativity, and innovation in both face-to-face and virtual environments. The parts of this standard are to promote, support, and model creative and innovative thinking and inventiveness, engage students in exploring real-world issues and solving authentic problems using digital tools and resources, promote student reflection using collaborative tools to reveal and clarify students' conceptual understanding and thinking, planning, and creative processes, model collaborative knowledge construction by engaging in learning with students, colleagues, and others in face-to-face and virtual environments. One tool is that this standard can be used by all teachers in their planning and in their classroom. It provides clear examples and situations in which the teacher can act as a facilitator and inspiration to his or her class in the aspect of learning and creativity. A critical insight for this is that you can use this basically in any way to help facilitate student learning and make them, think outside of the box and creative thinking. That's really what you want to do for your students, is to get them thinking outside of the box and in different ways, and to make these situations authentic and real and just relatable to the students. The second standard is to design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. Teachers design, develop, and evaluate authentic learning experiences and assessments, incorporating contemporary tools and resources to maximize content learning in context and to develop the knowledge, skills, and attitudes identified in standards that are set for students. The parts of this standard are to design or adapt relevant learning experiences that incorporate digital tools and resources to promote student learning and creativity, to develop technology-enriched learning environments that enable all students to pursue their individual curiosities and become active participants in setting their own educational goals, managing their own learning, and assessing their own progress, to customize and personalize learning activities to address students' diverse learning styles, working strategies and abilities using digital tools and resources, and to provide students with multiple and varied formative and summative assessments aligned with content and technology standards, and use resulting data to inform learning and teaching. So a critical use of this tool is that this standard could be used and should be used by teachers mainly in their planning, but also in implementing their planning into their teaching. It provides explanations and examples of how to develop technology-driven learning experiences and assessments. So ways that you can use technology in your classroom could be through using iPads or a smartboard, and then using different ways to assess what the students are learning through technology.
Number three is model digital age work and learning. Teachers exhibit knowledge, skills, and work processes representative of an innovative professional in a global and digital society. This includes demonstrating fluency in technology systems and the transfer of current knowledge to new technologies and situations. It also includes collaborating with students, peers, parents, and community members using digital tools and resources to support student success and innovation. This basically involves just staying abreast of all technological advances. Evolving technology allows for high levels of independence for students, and it allows them to take their learning into their own hands. And this is a powerful tool to develop skills that will translate into the real world. Also, when evaluating possible new classroom technology information, shortcomings can arise. And what really needs to be considered as far as assessing new technology is, one, the extent to which technology powered pedagogy is applied, and two, the accessibility or the extent to which it is differentiated. It occurred to me that this ties into something that was on the universal design for learning concerning differentiating instruction. An example would be like digital text, to allow for visual and audio reading would be a good example of something that should definitely be on hand in your average classroom.
The fourth standard is promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. This standard has teachers understand local and global societal issues and responsibilities in evolving digital culture and exhibit legal and ethical behavior in their professional practices. It's an advocate and model and helps teach safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology, including respect for copyright, intellectual property, and the appropriate documentation of sources. It addresses the diverse needs of all learners by using learner-centered strategies, provided equitable access to appropriate digital tools and resources. It promotes and models digital equity and responsible social interactions related to the use of technology and information. This standard talks about how teachers should just know what they're using in the classroom, and they shouldn't be having a student do something on the web when they don't know how to use it themselves. And the teachers should always keep up to date with learning new information with technology so they're able to provide information to their students that they can use in the classroom and on the website as well.
So the fifth and last standard is to engage in professional growth and leadership. So teachers continuously improve their professional practice, model lifelong learning, and exhibit leadership in their school and professional community by promoting and demonstrating the effective use of digital tools and resources. So teachers can do that by participating in local and global learning communities to explore creative applications of technology to improve student learning. This can be done by, there's many tools out there where teachers can collaborate with each other and learn new things that they might have known before, where they can integrate into their classroom. Something we're using in our class right now is Diigo. It's like a site where people can share the tools that they use. They also exhibit leadership by demonstrating a vision of technology infusion, participating in shared decision-making and community building, and developing the leadership and technology skills of others. Evaluate and reflect on current research and professional practice on a regular basis to make effective use of existing and emerging digital tools and resources in support of student learning, and to contribute to the effectiveness, vitality, and self-renewal of the teaching profession and of their school community. And I think the takeaway from this is to remember that teachers are supposed to be models and examples. So if we want our students to be able to use technology effectively, then teachers should be doing that and giving them an example to look after for what they should be doing.
Something I didn't mention earlier before was something when you're focusing on digital citizenship, there's things that you should focus on when using the website. You should, or when using the World Wide Web, you should respect yourself and respect others, and make sure that you protect yourself and you protect others, so you're not putting information out there that you shouldn't be, or you're not letting people see information that they shouldn't be, and make sure that you stay educated and connect with others so that you're using the right information on there. Something else that the standards takes note on is the essential conditions. There's 14 of those that we have, but 5 teachers can actually control them in the classroom. There's shared vision, which is a proactive leadership in developing a shared vision for educational technology among all education stakeholders, including teachers and support staff, school and district administrators, teacher educators, students, parents, and the community. There's equitable access, robust and reliable access to current and emerging technologies and digital resources with connectivity for all students, teachers, staff, and school leaders. skilled personnel, which is educators, support staff, and other leaders skilled in the selection and effective use of appropriate resources. Student-centered learning, which is planning, teaching, and assessment centered around the needs and abilities of students. And the last one is the assessment and evaluation, which is continuous assessment of teaching, learning, and leadership, and evaluation of the use of internet and digital resources.
I think you said something interesting, Mariah, about not putting too much personal information out on the internet. I think that's especially relevant these days because of cyberbullying is a big point of contention and sort of a big deal right now. There's all sorts of laws regarding cyberbullying and the tragic effects it can have, and I think that's all sort of related to too much personal information on the internet.
Yeah. I think it all kind of ties into the fact that teachers have to be, like I said earlier, models and something that their students look to of how they're supposed to conduct themselves online. In order to do that, we have to have these standards in place so that we actually know how to use technology.
And with that being said, like a part of our job as teachers is to, teach our children how to be safe and how to promote, basic internet safety. And I think that these standards also have to do with that, have to do with us informing our students about how to use the technology of applications and websites correctly so that they can be as safe as possible to avoid, typical cyberbullying or, other issues with giving out too much personal information.
Well, that seems like that will conclude the Hangout assignment for the National Technology Standards. Did anyone else want to add something?
I don't think so.
Yep, I think we covered it all. Just keep learning how to keep integrating technology into our day-to-day lives so that we are able to teach the younger generations.
Absolutely. It's more and more relevant every day.
Definitely.
All right.